So STV is launching their own commercial radio station, and here's what I'm going to say about it. Make sure to subscribe to LelandDJF and turn notifications on. Let's get on with it. So it's just been announced a couple of days ago that STV is launching their new commercial radio station. The station's name, launch date and key presenters will be revealed later this year. So, what is this going to be about? So, Graham Bryce, who is a chief officer at Bauer Media, recently joined STV. And they decided to launch a new commercial radio station. This is meant to be in line with their streaming platform, the STV TV channel, the STV player, and this new radio station. This will be aimed at 35 to 44 to 54 year olds. And it may play music, but it may be like BBC Radio Scotland. If you don't know what that is, it's like a talk thing radio station. And this is set to be a rivalry of Bauer's Clyde One, Fourth One, TFM, MFR and North Sound One, including Clyde One Ayrshire, and Capitals or Global's Capital Scotland and Heart Scotland, including some of the national BBC radio stations, Radio 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Live, which we don't really count. All rival to BBC Radio Scotland, BBC Radio Shetland, BBC Radio Orkney, and the BBC Radio Nangoud-Heel. So, why are we talking about this? Well, this has recently been announced. So, Graham Bryce, who was responsible for the launch of the Greatest Hits Radio Network, which saw in 2023 Forth 2, Clyde 2, West Sound in Ayrshire and Dumfries in Galway, MFR 2 and North Sound 2 and Tay 2 were rebranded as Greatest Hits Radio Scotland. Now, here's what we're going to say. The name, I'm pretty sure I'm going to be confident, it may be STV Radio is what we're going to be calling this station in this video. There's no name on it yet. But what they have said is the studios for this new STV radio station will be based in STV headquarters in Pacific Quay, in Glasgow. So they will be making a new studio. I'm hoping with this they actually just rebrand the STV channel, because god damn, it's been fucking 10 years since it last rebranded. Now, if you may have heard, Bobby Haynes, the manager director of audiences, have said the following. We have always had a strong connection with our audiences who know and trust our brand, and radio is a national extension for us. We'd like to be breaking through into this market with an exciting new offering for listeners across Scotland. He also said, Bobby Haynes also said, we have a clear ambition to be a top 3 commercial radio station in Scotland by 2030. This move will kind of help the STV network grow in the form of a lot of things. It's been announced that this has been announced of a wider strategy update from STV on Wednesday, which is when the article or the news was announced. Now, Graham Bryce, if you may not know, is the chief manager of Bauer Media, a former chief officer at Bauer Media UK, providing Greatest Hits Radio, for example. But here's the thing, will this play music? No. As you may know, the key date, the presenters and many more at the launch date will be announced later this year. In my prediction, the station, which we're going to call STV Radio, may launch around 2026. Don't believe that's going to happen. Well, it's mainly because if they're waiting for later in the year to announce this new name, and as well, it feels like it is more right enough to announce the station for a 2026 launch date. Just because of some articles, they have said this may be a news station providing STV news. It will also have adverts, considering it is a commercial radio station competing with Capital and Bauer. So, why am I also making this video? So, if you remember Brody from the BBC Alba video, recently we have been discussing this whole thing, and I have a video clip.
So, my opinion on this channel, because I'm on a train to Glasgow right now. So, my opinion on the STV getting a new radio is mid, to be fair, because I think it sounds a bit more rubbish though. So, by note, because there is fourth one, Clyde one, Ayrshire and that stuff, and well, Wayland would obviously say East Coast FM is better since he goes there. Bye.
So I would agree on this because it is a bit unnecessary when you have Bauer Media and Global Player, including BBC Radio. There is really no need for a STV radio station. But the worry is it might not play concurrent songs. It may play like old songs. Probably. But it might end up being like BBC Radio Scotland. It's what I'm thinking of what's going to happen is it will be like BBC Radio Scotland, Talk, and all that. But then they claimed it's a music station, I think. If this station is a music station, what would it play? Well, we can find out about that. Already.
Yes.
So I just said, what would you think? I'm going to answer the question. What kind of music do you think the STV radio station is going to play? And just film it so I can put in the clip because I've just made put a cue where I asked the question.
Honestly, I don't know.
Alright?
But they might do like capital FM music or something.
Yeah, pretty much.
They might like copy 4-1 or something.
Yeah, but if you may have just saw a clip of me asking Brody about it, he and I think it's going to be like Forefront and Capital in our scenario of what this could look like. So, if it were to rival, what would be the point of those stations? Well, it could rival other stations like community radio stations like East Coast FM in East Lothian, or smaller community local radio stations, not counting Bauer Media's Fourth One, Clyde One, and etc., or Capital and Heart Scotland. So, it could make cause a lot of issues with this, considering this new STV radio station will be a national station, so it won't have many local stations like STV TV. They have STV Aberdeen, STV Dundee, STV Glasgow, and STV Edinburgh. I'm calling them which because some STV channels does have local news on each of which. So, that's what I'm mentioning. So, the thing is, why? I don't know. It's, again, as you may have heard in the video, is to expand the streaming of STV. Where you have the STV channel, the STV player, and the STV radio station. So, my theory is it's going to be called STV Radio. I think it may be called something that has no STV branding in it, but it may also be launching. We may say later in 2025. I'm expecting a full amount more news on it around June and August. So we get a name reveal, a key presenters, and all that in there. So if they want to do this, they will need licenses for the music that they play, which is what Fourth One and all the other radio stations, including community radio stations, do. Which is why they're going to have to get a license by Ofcom. Now, the question is, how will you be able to listen to this station when it launches? It will be on DAB and online, so why run some DAB only radio stations like Fourth One or Hits Radio UK on DAB, because it's available nationwide. So, what do you think about this new STV radio station? Since me and Brody have made an honest opinion, why? But it may sort something out with like commercial radio stations, but we don't know. It may rival BBC Radio Scotland if it's going to provide news, but it might just be a rival to Capital and Fourth One and all that. And if they're going to do that, we need to know how this goes. So maybe in a few months when this new station launches, I will maybe take a listen to it in another video where I listen to radio stations so that you don't have to. like Roy made it last year, and is perfect enough to do a Scotland version of it. So, thank you guys for watching this video. Comment, like, and subscribe to LelandDJF on YouTube, turn notifications on, and all that. I have also launched a brand new YouTube channel that's launching tomorrow, LelandDJF 1 Extra. This will be a brand new channel covering more of LelandDJF 1 in a more smaller format. So, from me and Brody here,
Thank you.
see you guys next time. Goodbye, and peace out.